The best Sports 4 El Paso lets you plunge into a world of competition and keeps you in the swim of things with strokes of creativity and imagination. More than just good sports, Bob Nitzberg, Chip Taberski, and Paul Shipley are the best. A team you can count on, as sure as 1, 2, 3 Sports 4 El Paso.
Together we're a team that comes right through, sharing your dreams and all that you do. We're telling the world we're so proud of you.
El Paso, you've got the touch. You and KDBC, we've got the touch. Together you know we've got the touch. You and TV4, we've got the touch.
It's our pleasure now to have as our guest on Let's Talk Television a guy who's usually behind the camera because he's the chief news photographer here at News 4 El Paso. I'd like to welcome to the program Bert Harris. Bert, pleasure to have you aboard.
Thank you, Garrett. Nice to be here.
You recently actually were promoted to chief news photographer when Mike Ludwikowski, who had held the position for a couple of years, I guess, decided to go back to his old stomping grounds of Georgia. But you've been on the staff for what, how long now?
Oh, it started as a stringer back in 1979, and I've been with the news staff ever since. And as you said, Mike left, and I took over his shoes, and it's been fun. It's been something to really get into. It's hard to get into, but I'm doing okay.
Well, you were at first, as you indicated by the term stringer, actually did a little bit of everything, reporting and photography. Now you don't do too much of the reporting, I guess.
That's right. I was going to college for part-time, and also in radio. I was doing some work for KSET. And part of the internship program at UTEP was to work at a TV station, either production or news. And I went to the other TV stations first thinking, well, 4 will never hire me. They're too good. You know, they're looking for, I guess, too much. Well, after they closed the doors on me and said, well, we have no room or something of that sort, I went to Bill, and he said, okay, we'll let you in, and started pulling out slides, things like that. And at one time, then I snuck in a story. It's a long story as far as how that goes. I had a real agreement with Joe Bates. I was working as a stringer and reporter at that time, and we made an agreement to actually put in the story in the news. And Bill Mitchell did not know about that. So when it actually showed on the air, he liked it so much. In fact, he was laughing, and when he got off the set, he went to the newsroom and said, I'm hiring you. Why don't you start?
Great. Well, that's a neat story. So it was a pleasant surprise for Bill and kind of a surprise for you, I guess.
It was. I was really shocked that he actually wanted me on.
Now, as a chief photographer, what does that mean in terms of your administrative responsibility?
Well, I keep in close contact with Bill, and what he wants, he tells me, well, I think we can get a little better on these shots, so forth. The other camera people, I have, I think, 4 or 5 people that work under me. And I'm sort of the foreman, you know, and Bill being the coach. And I try to direct them, maybe have them try to improve some of the shots, and it works that way.
It's kind of hard, isn't it, to set strict, maybe written guidelines as to what constitutes a good shot. You just kind of have to have a feel for it, isn't it?
You have to have the eye for it, and it's hard to teach that, but it's something that everyone knows here. They have that eye for a good shot. My job really is just maybe perfecting it, cleaning it up just a little bit.
Why don't we give a plug to those other people that you say work with?
Betty Thomas, and there's Patty Aguirre. She works also as a photographer. There's Will Seifert, and also Tim Irvin. He works on weekends as well, and also weekdays.
Well, it's sometimes you viewers might see the names of these folks on the air, since we have recently started giving credit lines to the photographers, which I think was long overdue, but it's very seldom you get to see them here in front of the camera. We hope to have some others on. Now, Bert, you recently were honored by the Professional Association of Mexican Americans in Communication. POMAC, is that right?
That's right.
With the Best News, TV, Video Photographer of the Year award. You must have felt quite proud. We're proud of you.
Oh, thank you. I was very honored, since it's the first award that recognizes my work. And this was awarded last week. It was a nice ceremony POMAC gave. It was at the Loretto Academy Little Theater, and it was like a family, because we had newscasters from other stations present awards, and it's family. I can't get any better than that.
It was a week ago today, I know, because Rick Glancy was the MC, and I had to come in and do the weather last Saturday night. And David Trevino was also a winner.
Yes, we won for the series that he did, the revolving door, and it was tough shooting that series. We actually, it was a story on the illegal alien situation here in town, and David came up with the idea, saying, I haven't seen something the way I want to pursue it.
I think we've got a clip to show the folks now from that story. Is that right? Okay, David Trevino's the reporter, and Bert Harris the photographer. Let's take a look at an excerpt.